Hey you guys, this is Richard coming back at you from my Redstone server, and tonight we have another proof of concept build for you guys. This is going to be a custom output timer with a menu to choose from. Everything about this is fully customizable and adjustable. The only hang-up is that your selections on this interval for this build will have to be evenly runged. You can see that these go up in increments of 10 seconds, but we have intervals ranging from none / off, and you can see that when we press the button while it's off for our timer output, nothing will output. And then we go up by 10 seconds with each turn of the redstone torch here on the item frame. So if we select 10 seconds, the machine will start preparing the timer. And when the timer is ready, we can press the button, and if you want to get your stopwatches ready, go ahead, but when we press this button, you can see that the light comes on as we get an output. And if you watch your stopwatches, you'll notice that the light turns off at 10 seconds. We could press this output timer again for another 10-second interval because the timer is ready, so long as the timer ready light is on. We can launch 10-second intervals all we want from here on out, or we can change it up and we can go for maybe a 30-second interval. The machine will start preparing the timer. "30 seconds takes a little bit longer to prepare than 10 seconds. But when our timer is ready, we can go ahead and press the button again. And I'm sorry this is going to be dull, but we are just going to talk about this machine for the next 30 seconds while we wait for our timer to output this interval that we've chosen. You can again refer to your stopwatches or of course the video time marks to see that it is a 30-second timer. But this machine, I think that I could make this way better. This proof of concept that I got together today came together fairly easily, and the functionality is looking pretty good for now. And you can see that the light went off at the 30-second mark if you were paying attention. And as we prepare to spin it again, we can take a quick look at the machine. This one's not huge. It can definitely be much more compact given some focus on that, but let's take a look at how it works. You can see that we have droppers lined up with pistons on a semi-red coder coming out of our item frame. It just builds the piston output with each turn of the redstone torch. And you can see that an observer clock attached to a pulse extender is powering those droppers when they are pushed into position by the redstone torch. That pulse extender is activated via observer pulse generated when we select something with the redstone torch. So you can see that if we turn the torch to say 60-second interval, everything down here starts to activate as this piston was emptied out of its previous timing items and is pushed back into place to receive new ones. This is the main output for the machine. You can see that this hopper is filling up with items to be used in the extension of an output. Essentially, this is just a adjustable pulse extender with preset intervals. So as our timer readies for our 60-second interval, we can go ahead and start that, but this time we won't just wait around for it to finish. We will take another close look at the redstone in the machine. So go ahead and take note of the time that we press that button. As we venture around, you can see that the bottom hopper here is filling up yet again with the items needed to generate the pulse, or as I'm sorry, it's generating the pulse, and so you can see that that pulse extender is firing an output. I apologize, you guys. It's kind of late. But as the pulse fires, we can just take a quick look around. This is a redstone line coming from a circuit activated by observers watching the pistons move as we turn the redstone torch. So every time we turn the torch, a piston will move, an observer will see it, and it will send a signal through a pulse extender, which pulls a double piston extender out, which empties out the hopper containing the items for the extension of the pulse. So you can see that happening here. From our 60-second pulse that we just did, here are the items being emptied out of the hopper. And as it empties, it will be pushed back into place to receive new timing items for the pulse timing we just chose. But in this case, it's 0, so it will receive 0. And as the machine turns off, we'll go ahead and call this video done, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this proof of concept on the custom output timer. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll be happy to get back to you. And thanks a lot, you guys. This is Richard signing out.